Hey everybody, it's Anakin, and welcome to the 6th episode of Down the Scope, the gaming podcast you can't miss. We got a lot of crazy topics to cover with you this week, but let me do my introductions for the other three guys that hang out with me here in the podcast. We got Viridia Guru. How's it going, man?
All right, man. How you doing?
Good. Everything's good with your channel, it looks like. You're getting real close to 10K, I think, coming up pretty soon, right?
We're getting close, man. Specials on the way.
Awesome.
Yay.
And Rad, Austin, what do we got going with you?
Well, not much. Just a lot of preparation this week for 4,000 subscriber. A little celebration I had, and then actually posting this stuff. So it's been a fun week.
Yeah, you sound happy about that.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And last but not least, we got Miss Zombie Lady. What's going on with you this week?
Oh, nothing much. I just downloaded the new map packs on PS3 and just playing the heck out of it. That's all.
Awesome. Ascending to greatness.
Oh my gosh.
I'm totally fine with that remark. That is all right with me.
That was for you, Rad. Because that's the only part of the map pack that matters, right?
Exactly.
Slowly becoming my favorite person in the world tonight.
Hey, we actually played multiplayer today. Me and Reed and Brad for the first time.
Reed plays multiplayer?
I know, right?
Weird.
Man, I'm a prestige.
Actually,
He was doing great on Search and Destroy.
which blew me out of the water because I'm not very good at search, but I'm pretty sure every game was one he could have posted.
I play a lot of multiplayer, I just play more zombies, like way more zombies, as in like 2,000 days more.
Yeah, we know that.
Awesome.
I'm so happy there's not days played for that. Oh my gosh.
Well, before we get into our main topics today, we've got a couple of really, really good topics. Let me just hit on them real quick before we kind of do a recap of the last week. One of our topics we're going to discuss this week is the death of console multiplayer by Serial Killer.
Oh my god! He did!
I said it.
You said it.
And that topic is going to cover serial keys being added to console games, very similar to what the PC industry did about 10 years ago. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And one of our other topics we are going to talk about is DLC needs a little TLC. We're going to talk about how the downloadable content, the new trend, needs a little extra help from the rest of the industry to try.
You should be Punnykin or something.
Oh, fantastic.
That's awesome.
All right, but before we get into those topics, let's recap the week a little bit. There's some new game releases, the Game Developer Conference, some new footage showed up on the internet for some good games. Let's talk about everything.
Yeah, so I mean, we had what we were talking about. We were just talking about Battlefield 3 before the podcast started. That was released. Some of the footage there, and those graphics are looking pretty nice.
They're pretty nice.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. The gameplay, I can just tell by the motion of the character being controlled. It's not, the feel of the game is not lost for any Battlefield fans. I can just tell. That same feel is still going to be there, and I'm pretty excited. I want to see how this works. Now, I never played Battlefield 2, so I'm pretty excited to see how the main story is,
Well, it looks like it's a new game engine, too. I know they kind of pushed that pretty hard.
It is. It is a new game engine.
Yeah.
Maybe the feel will be a little different. I'm actually hoping for, sadly, I don't want them to copy Call of Duty, but I would certainly hope for some of that solidity that is in the Modern Warfare 2 engine. If they can accomplish that, I'd be real happy.
It's not going to happen. That's just that. I found that's a Battlefield staple, and just like you and I are fans of that solidity, the Battlefield fans are fans of the way it feels now. I don't know why, but I guess they get comfortable with a certain style too.
Yeah,
and
true.
it just kind of goes over. But yeah, it is a brand new engine, so there's always hope for tweaks. Happening.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot though. I'm excited.
Yeah, what do you think, Reed?
No, it looks good. I might pick it up. It's just there's so many games coming out now, and I'm not much for constant first-person shooters. There's so much Call of Duty, so much of this stuff coming out, this and this and this. It's like, I'm ready for Infamous. I'm ready for BioShock. I want to see these, sandbox type games, adventure type games.
I'm right with you. I mean, I am getting burnout on the first-person shooters. As a matter of fact, I mean, I made it a point to go out and get something new yesterday. I went out and bought Dead Space 2, and oh my god, that game is amazing.
Fantastic.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. That's the first time I've ever screamed, literally out loud, because I was scared. I am dead serious. I had my Tritons turned up all the way. Every light was out, and man, you know what's going to happen, and it just boom.
Did you guys hear that? He said he's dead serious.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's one part where you're like, they do it on purpose, where it's like almost like 20 minutes of prolonged, like, you're waiting for the jump, and you're oh god, it's not coming. Then it comes.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a spoiler alert right now, so just skip ahead like a minute. But this part literally scared the crap out of me. Okay, so you're in this school, okay, and like it's obviously a school. It's horrible because you're finding text logs talking about how the kids are going crazy, and then you get into the auditorium, and the stage. There's all these beautiful like kid drawn props, and so you've got to make your way behind all the prop bushes, and then you get to the very back, and you can see at the end of the stage your objective, and you start walking, and all of a sudden a prop smiley face sun falls right out of the thing, right in front of the camera, and Isaac goes, "Oh my god!"
Fantastic.
I didn't say, oh my god, I said a little bit worse than that, but yeah, that scared the living crap out of me. But
that is awesome.
But I mean, on the topic of GDC, I mean, they brought up some other stuff. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw the footage of the next portable as well, and I'm pretty psyched about that too. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys are into the portable thing, but I straight up love it. I mean,
I wouldn't pay past $300 for it though.
Oh no, not $300. That's a bit crazy.
I don't know.
It's gonna be more than that. I mean,
it looks awesome, and
the specs are phenomenal. I mean,
yeah.
Well, that's why I refused to buy the iPad. It's $600. I'm like, no way. Maybe I'll budge with this PlayStation Portable and 3DS, but most times I'm not like that.
Well, and there's pros and cons. I mean, when you look at the thing, you're like, "Oh, those graphics are awesome," but then you get into the specs, and the thing about some of these specs, or some of these features rather, is that they look really fun, but
I won't even use them.
But yeah, exactly. Will they live past the "ooh, that's cool" stage?
Right.
Will you not get tired of tapping the screen to make break? Go into climb mode. It's like, god dang it! I don't want to. I just want to push a button.
Yeah, the problem with the Wii right there.
Same with the DS, the one that has the camera. I'm not sure if a lot of gamers use that.
Yeah,
device. I don't know.
It was an add-on that really went nowhere. I mean, especially it's like, what are you going to do with a camera on a DS? Really? I mean, they have those goofy photo effects and stuff, and it was like, oh look, that's cool. It's the same thing as that goo or photo goo that came out like in '96.
90s, yeah.
It was like, oh wow, look at that.
Well, and they even upped it with the 3DS. Now there's 2 cameras on the back so that you can take 3-dimensional pictures and send them to your buddies. So I mean,
God, I
when I send the middle finger to my buddy, it's like right in his face.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, Anakin, did you see any other games that they were talking about that might be of note? I wasn't on top of it myself.
Well, I mean, there was obviously a ton of coverage. They showed some of the new Unreal Engine, the Unreal Engine 3. That some of the new effects there were pretty amazing. They talked about some of the new upcoming games. Obviously, Battlefield kind of stole the show a little bit. They did finally show a lot of the footage from that Dead Island game instead of just the trailer.
Oh, nice. What did it look like?
Ooh.
It looked pretty good. They've got some, they've got some pretty cool ideas for it. It's very similar to Dead Rising, though they hate to be compared to it. Apparently, I saw a couple interviews with the some of the guys developing it, and basically anything in the game can be turned into a weapon at any given moment. And in fact, they don't ever actually give you a gun, but maybe once or twice in the game, and it's literally like laying on the ground as a pistol. You pick it up, you get 6 shots, and you're done. You throw the pistol down. Now you got to find something else to knock them out. So it sounds like a very interesting game. They're trying to be semi-realistic with the idea of like, okay, here you are. You're really in an environment that is just a normal everyday environment with a bunch of zombies. Now try to live.
So is it third person or first person?
It looked like it was first person, but don't quote me on that. I looked at it last week.
Yeah, Dead Rising is third person though.
Yeah, I think it may work.
Don't compare us to Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of a stupid statement. I haven't seen the game, but if your game is a lot like Dead Rising, they're going to compare it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's got that feature that just the idea that anything in the environment can be a weapon. But,
right.
Oh, okay.
Well, and if that's the only feature, yeah, that's fine. That's not that you can't compare it to Dead Rising there. But I mean, Dead Rising is such a unique game. I don't see any intelligent person comparing it if that's the only feature.
Yeah, I agree.
Here come the trollers out of the forest.
But one
that
thing
game's just like it.
One thing they did say that was kind of cool though was that you can fashion like certain things together. Like if you find something that is like a sharp object or something, that you couldn't really work with very well on its own. You can like find a way to tie it to like the end of a pole.
Yeah. There was a game that did that. Crap, I can't remember the. Oh yeah, it was Dead Rising 2.
Yeah,
that's right. They did that with duct tape.
I'm
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, well, hey, what about here's another big one. We didn't really get to talk about this because the mystery was solved kind of right around our last podcast, and that was the what'd you guys think of the Modern Warfare independent movie trailer from those guys up in Toronto?
Well,
catch that?
Yeah,
I saw it.
Fine, Makarov.
The quality was pretty good for what I guess it was an independent group.
Yeah, independent movie and some small production like a CG production house who does a lot of like TV commercials and some documentary CG. They're the ones that actually helped out on the production side of it. And apparently, man, I mean, if it's true and it's a full length movie and everything is of that quality all the way through, then damn,
Yeah.
Well, and this is what I was telling my buddy Seth. I told him, I said, to me it makes a great trailer.
It does.
Now I don't know how the whole damn thing being in first person is going to translate into a movie. Yeah, it feels a little strange, and it feels like it might be a little bit too gimmicky. Now, I get where they're going, trying to please fans and whatnot, but it seems like not only is it Modern Warfare 2 retold, it's going to be kind of a headache having to watch first person the whole damn time.
Well, not only that, but I don't understand quite the idea of literally duplicating all of the cutscenes and just making it live action versus the game. I mean,
right.
All right. Well, let me tell you what the idea was behind it from what I took out of it. When you look at it, they're sort of pulling you into what the story is really going to be. They're giving you a little prelude or prelogue to it, and they're showing you, this is what happened in Modern Warfare 2. And Find Makarov is pretty much Modern Warfare 3. They're going into the future, that they're in Russia, America is attacking Russia, and they just jumped off that plane and from Dmitry or whatever, and they're flying down to the, Russian capital or something like that to go find Makarov.
Right, and see, I wasn't sure if that was the case, but I that's what I told my friends. I was like, it's probably not going to be Modern Warfare 2 told again. It might be like a part of it, but I'm hoping that the rest of the movie is something we haven't seen. You know what I mean? Something completely new.
Yeah, probably they're just putting those footage out to please fans and to lure them into watching the actual movie.
Scenes,
it doesn't have to be about that,
Well, but
trailer,
then, right, but then you got to wonder if it's going to lose its appeal by being something fans don't recognize. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Like people liked what they saw because that happened in the game. I played that, or that was an awesome part when he slid the gun in the game, and they did it in real life. But when you get to stuff that's never been seen in the game, it's like, will it be as memorable? Will it be as liked? And
true, yeah.
Oh, we'll see. Who are they going for anyways? Which demographic are they going for? Are they? Is it just the gamers or
I guess
movie goers in general?
No, Call of Duty fans straight up. I mean, you can look at the trailer and tell. I mean,
and there's a big enough community that they could support a movie of that size and make money just from the fans of the game.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you guys know what their budget was?
No idea, but obviously it's a very small group. And the CG company that did all the effects and everything is also a very small company. I went to their website, looked at some of the other stuff they've done, and it's mostly, oddly enough, medical. Their demo reel is made up of mostly medical stuff, where they do a lot of see-through human body, internal organs, and they did a bunch of stuff for the Olympics or something, showing they took like real footage of people in certain things like the toboggan runs and all these other things, and then they would like superimpose like their CG of like the stress on the human body and what's going on inside the skull with the brain when you get hit and stuff. I mean, it was like okay, well, that's weird, I mean, that's kind of, that looks like that's their forte, but then they spur off and go and do this weird like CG movie for Modern Warfare for these guys, they're like an acting troupe. I mean, that seems strange.
Well, it seems like they took something they knew would make money in the beginning, and then just were like, screw it, we're doing what we like.
And it's very true. I think you're right on with that, because I when I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. I got to go find out who these guys are, and I went and looked, and it looked like everything they'd done looked like they'd done it for money because it was a paying gig, And then it looks like a bunch of the guys probably said, okay, well we've made some money, we got some things going, we're getting residuals or whatever from our work. Now let's take a couple of months real quick and work on this, this side gig for these guys, and make a name for ourselves, because I mean, obviously, even me, I was like, well, who the heck's...
Which they did, actually.
I went and looked at it. Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of other people did too, so who knows?
Yeah, I can't wait to see the finished product, though.
Yeah, I'll have to wait on that.
Dates or anything? I couldn't find anything other than just the trailer. I went to their Facebook page, the YouTube page. I couldn't find any other information about when this.
No, I haven't heard about it.
Me neither. And do you guys know if Activision's actually behind this?
No.
Like, are they? I mean, not behind it, but are they supportive?
To my knowledge, no. They were very negative toward it, actually.
Oh, really? So let's talk about that. I mean, what happens if Activision's like, no, we don't want you using our... I mean, can't they do that?
Well, it depends on whether these guys... Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could be sued, but the point is at this point, they haven't made a dime off of it. It could be considered, at this rate, a fan film, really. Now, if they try to sell it, or if they try to charge money to watch it, obviously, which is probably their hope, then yeah, Activision could immediately come after them, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just kind of scared for them because, before I would have done anything of that caliber, I would have gone to Activision first and been like, hey, listen, we just want to kind of do a fan film. I would have got their okay and approval first.
Who knows at this point, I mean,
who knows? Yeah.
If they're making their own storyline, then, they could probably do, I guess, whatever they want, But if they're going to start using names and likenesses and stuff from the characters in the game and all that, I mean, hopefully these guys are obviously smart enough, I'm hoping anyway, that they found out what their rights are.
Yeah.
Well, is it copyright to name their movie Modern Warfare?
As far as I know, it's trademarked.
Yeah. No, but there's no other game named Modern Warfare.
Yeah, but
there's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and then
but it's a movie, though.
Right, but there's trademarks and then there's copyrights, and trademarks are for a specific industry. Copyrights cover all medias,
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm asking, if it's a copyright or.
How can you justify that when you're like, movies? How many movies have you seen where the title is just like, oh my God, what was it? Like Avatar, Avatar, then Avatar: The Last Airbender, and stuff that are just a little bit off from each other.
How about Modern Warfare with no space?
Exactly.
One long word.
Modern underscore warfare. There you go.
Divided by 358
Capital
days.
M, small O, capital D.
And by the way,
Modern Warfare.
even that, by the way, is interesting in copyright law. If you can prove that even with something that has a slightly modified name or whatever, if the subject matter or the content is some percentage, close enough to the original content.
Probably.
Well, and it is. It's actually even subjective, because you have to convince a judge of this, that their property is based on somebody else's property, even if it's been slightly modified along the way. And if there's a certain percentage, then you got a judge up there who goes, "Yeah, I think that's 52% copyright. You're liable.
You're screwed."
Yeah, so it's a weird deal. I've had some experience in that, so it's kind of a weird deal.
I'm excited though. I'm just excited how it's gonna go.
Yeah, me too.
One other game, by the way, changing topics, guys. One other game I think that deserves some mention, though briefly, because none of us are experts on it, was Rift. Finally reared its ugly head this week in the MMO world. Just for all of us here, I don't think any of us are real online MMO players here, but that is the first real competitor. All these MMOs that get hyped up before they come out, they all get hyped as the next World of Warcraft killer. But from what I understand, from the stats I've seen, from the launch and the pre-launch and all the other things going on, that one really does seem to be the MMO killer. So
yeah,
it looks like it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I hope is that, and then I brought this up to Anakin, is that we could probably maybe get a free trial and kind of run through the world together a little bit and be oblivious, because I'd like to see. I mean, I played my fair share of World of Warcraft, and by fair share I mean maybe to level 20, spending a good couple days. That was enough. That was all I needed. But I hope that this does kind of give some World of Warcraft competition, because I'm tired of hearing about it.
We should do like a live stream of you and me starting off in Rift, doing like just playing. It'd be like, okay, 3 hours in, it's like I'm killing my 37th rat. It's like awesome.
Exactly. I mean, and it's like I said, I don't have anything against WoW. I just get tired of people talking about it. And I in certain respects, I don't even bring up Call of Duty around certain people, because I know that they don't appreciate it as much as I do. But it seems like sometimes with the WoW crowd, they just don't give a crap.
They're like, I play a Death Knight and I ride a red dragon with like a sword of 1600 charisma or something.
I just want to yell, do you not get that I don't know what you're saying?
I have killed the Lich King.
It's like, it doesn't matter if you killed it, because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. So you're literally just like talking to hear yourself, you know what I mean?
But it is funny. I go to lunch and basically there's like there's a split right down the middle of me and some of my guys I go to lunch with, and some of us are like console players and we play some first person shooters and all that, and then the other group is MMO players, and we all go to lunch together, and you can imagine how the conversations go, because
that's gonna be fun.
The FPS guys always make fun of them. They're like, oh yeah, hey, I shot my TAR 21 and killed a red dragon last night, and we start cracking jokes, and of course the MMO guys don't really, they tease me all the time, because they're like, Call of Duty's the same goddamn thing, you prestige, then you go on to a few more levels, you unlock some more guns, you get some better equipment, it's the same thing, and I'm like, yep, but I save $15 a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
It's true, very very true.
I don't have to pay $15 a month.
Yet.
Yet.
Oh
all
man.
Right, enough of that. All right, let's
turn into actually one more game. Have you heard of Fortresscraft?
Oh yeah.
I
heard about it, but I haven't seen anything. So what is that?
Minecraft for the Xbox. Plain
Minecraft.
Way to steal her thunder, Anakin. She
Sorry.
finally has something to say, and you shoot her down. Congrats.
No, I just
Awesome.
heard about it. Like I've seen it. I'm actually excited. It sucks though that I don't have Xbox.
So is this from the same guys who created Minecraft? Like,
Different
are they?
different guy, and in fact, he's getting a ton of flack on the internet, and because people are obviously calling him a ripoff, you know. And the guy has been defending himself like there's no tomorrow, because he's like, look, people, Minecraft was not an original idea by a long shot. There's literally like 20 other box, world games that have been made prior to Minecraft, but for whatever reason, Minecraft became popular. Sea-nanners! But Minecraft became the first game that obviously gained universal appeal, even though literally there has been 10 or 20 other games like it prior to it. And this guy's this guy's defending himself, saying, "Look, I'm just creating, I'm filling a need on the Xbox, for a game of this type. This formula's been around forever. I just did this." And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's the same freaking game. I mean, it really looks like Minecraft. I mean, obviously, some of these other games that Minecraft
Like
is based
really
on,
looks like it.
right. I mean, it really. And then he changes the name slightly to Fortresscraft. It's like, come on, man.
Well, I'll tell you what though. Like, I'm just not a computer player. So when it comes out, I might just get it. I might just substitute Minecraft for Fortresscraft. I mean, that's the guy. You call him a ripoff all you want, but I'm just going to call him smart. He's going to make money.
I said the same thing. I was like, hey, look, just like the guy says, there's a need, so.
Exactly. I'm going to fill it. It's like you're just pissed off that you didn't do it first. Is what it is.
Exactly.
Well, it's not gonna be as fun though, Brad. The people you play Minecraft with doesn't have Xbox.
I don't care. I see.
Delta Hunter.
See, with with Fortresscraft though, you're gonna have tons of little kids, and you're gonna have a lot of fun griefing. I mean, it's plain and simple. Just destroying. I don't know if you guys have checked out my griefing video that I did.
Yeah, he has a new video.
But that's the most fun I've had in Minecraft. It was the first time I'd ever griefed for real, and wow,
Brad. What is grief for Anakin?
Oh, jeez.
So okay. No, I'm not gonna get upset. So one of our longtime subscribers, viewers, Paul, didn't understand what I was doing in the video, and so basically. If you don't know what griefing is, it's where you go in and you just screw things up for everybody. pretty.
Yeah. You kill them for their stuff.
So basically, little kid. There's good and bad griefing. You got the good griefing where it's like little kid steals your house because his little kid friend is the server master, and you go and take it back. For the good guy, you do the Robin Hood, and then you got the just straight, jerk kind. I don't know what else to say. Substituting words here, but you got the jerk kind where you go in and you basically take somebody's been building a house for 15 hours and you just burn it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
so basically, someone stole Delta's house and made his own.
Right.
And then Brad saw that and then just tore the heck out of that house.
Right, I burnt it up, but I took all of Delta's stuff back first, and people called me an asshole. I was like, no, I'm taking stuff back for the team,
Fantastic.
But anyway, off to Minecraft.
Yeah, and by the way, anybody that if you guys aren't clear on the whole Minecraft thing, Minecraft is literally based on plenty of other games before. One was called Voxlap, and Voxlap actually was at one point fairly popular for what it was. There was another one called like Roblox, and then
Roblox, I've seen that one.
And Roblox was very popular, and then there was another one, I think it was like 3D Construction World or 3D Construction Kit or something. All of these games, have come long before Minecraft, but for whatever reason, Minecraft seemed to catch on, and they literally were all the same game. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So anyway, okay, well, let's move on to our first real topic today. We've got the death of console multiplayer, or is it? by the new cereal keys coming out. I'm not gonna do the second one.
Okay. I thought you were gonna go for it again.
I was going.
I was waiting for it.
I had to hold myself back.
Anakin and his damn puns.
So anyway, let's talk about this. Serial keys on the console games to prevent people from being able to trade the games in, and then the game resellers selling them again without the ability to have multiplayer.
Well, I mean, there's good and bad. I mean, and when you say good and bad, it's not even really black and white. It's basically, it's good for the developers who make the game, because it's, right now you could go to a GameStop or whatever, a Game Traders or whatever you guys have around you, sells used games, and to anybody that wouldn't seem like a big deal, but a lot of people don't realize that game developers don't see that money ever. I mean, that's money that they're not going to get. So the serial keys are to prevent people from using them as games. However, you've got a lot of people out there, a lot of kids, a lot of, just people on a budget who can't pay full price for a game every single time. And,
college students like me.
Exactly, yeah. And so, when I was a kid, my mom would never buy me a brand new game. She'd be like, no, we'll wait till, the game store's got it, and we'll go down there and buy it. So now, you're talking about kids who might not ever get to play a multiplayer game just simply because their parents can't afford the 20 extra bucks. That 20 extra bucks has to go toward food or something. But I mean, that's the way I think about it.
All right. So what I think about this whole idea of the serial codes, I mean, it's another business gimmick. You got to get more money for your business. If you're looking from a business perspective, all right, great. Let the wealthier get more wealthy. But for like GameStop, you're going to put them just about out of business. Besides selling games, they make their living off of used games.
That's fine with me.
How about GameFly?
GameFly's really screwed when it comes to that.
Yeah, GameFly, yeah, they're done for there.
They would be done. Yeah.
But
now remember though. Now hang on. The thing is I don't think these guys will hurt. Okay, for sure, because there will be certain people who will be irritated by this change. But remember, you can still buy the game. You can play the game single player, okay? Generally, the code is going to be for the multiplayer only. And even then, if you choose, after the fact, most of these developers are offering a new code to be purchased for some fee of like $10 or $15 or something, to go with the game if it's bought used. So it's not a total loss, although I think what's going to happen is the game developers, or not the developers, but the resellers are going to have to just drop the price of these used games to about half of where they are now, instead of
like
$5
if it's like $15.
That's the exact problem with what I'm saying is prices, like I was going to say anyway, but prices are inflating. Like, I mean, not even based on the economy. I mean, you look at the year 2000, when was a video game $60?
I agree.
When the heck did that happen?
You know what? I first noticed games hit $60 when the Xbox 360 came out. That's when I noticed the first $60 game, and it was Halo. Halo 2 or whatever it was. That was the flagship game for the 360. And I thought, God, dog, man, $60. And at the time, PC games had hit a maximum of $50 at most, and even then, you could catch them for $40 pretty easily.
Around 40, yeah.
So yeah, and now we're getting to the point to where it's almost, if you're a hardcore gamer and you really, really want, what the best thing you can get, it's getting to the point now where you might as well go ahead and save $80 because you're going to have the special editions or the jumbo super director's cut with extra footage, DVDs and special costumes that you can wear on Halloween, all built into the game, the game packaging. And I mean, shoot, what was we hit $140 for the Black Ops highest level version?
Actually, it was 160s with packs and everything.
But
I have that.
You know what? Used games and brand new games in here, well, for me in Canada, are not so much. There's not a big difference. Only like few bucks.
That's
around $5 to $10.
Yeah, it depends for me actually, because I have that platinum nerd card. If you've ever heard me talk about it, at GameStop, and it makes the biggest difference in the world. I like trading credit. It went up from like $15 to like $45 worth of trading credit. And for Black Ops, since I had that card, I traded in 2 games, Modern Warfare 2 and MLB 10 The Show. I traded those in, and I used that card to bump up the prices. And then I used that card again to get a discount on the Xbox version of the used Black Ops version. Can you guess what the final price that I had to pay for was?
I'd still probably guess like $30 or something.
$6.95.
Well,
wow,
that's pretty good.
But
we just recently have GameStop though.
Well, so I'm gonna guess that you guys don't actually have like a mom and pop game store around where you guys live, do you?
There's a couple. I have a couple of those, and they're so sketchy. Every time I go in there, there's all these N64 games and Atari games everywhere, and the person behind the counter is just looking at you, just like, "You want to buy that? Yeah, I can give you a warranty for $3 more." I'm like, "Why do I need a warranty?"
Oh man, no. I'm talking like, okay, so we've got some businesses around here, and here they call them game traders, and basically they will offer about 25 to 30% for whatever the cost of the game is, which is, extreme compared to GameStop.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when you take a game in that they're going to sell for $30, you can walk out of there with $15.
Nice.
And I don't know how they do it, but they're doing great. I mean, their businesses have been around here since I was a little kid. And so we don't have to.
GameStop is the one that I think is just murdering that industry. See, people like you're describing, it sounds like that's a good business. I would do business with those people.
Exactly, and then I literally shun anybody who comes around where I live anyway that goes to a GameStop when I'm like, guys, are you serious? You can go here and get way more money for your stuff, and you're not feeding this corporate bull crap of, pre-order and get the super sweet blah 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 costume on your multiplayer for only I mean, it's just bull crap. It's like,
I hear you.
Quit that
seriously.
junk.
I mean, seriously, the first couple of times I thought about trading in a game, I went in there and they were going to give me, $5 to $7 for a full-blown console game with the packaging in mint condition, not even a fingerprint on the disc. And I'm like, you're going to give me how much? And I look at a
same
used
here,
copy.
Anakin.
Yeah, I look at a used copy on the shelf of the game that I'm trying to trade into them. The used game they have for $54 right next to the brand new one for $60.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's not a big difference, actually. And then when you get to sell your games, they charge like 10%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I have actually never once traded in one of my games because I would rather have it sitting on my shelf than go get less than $10 for a game that I paid.
I'm telling you, that nerd card changes things with them. I mean, my God,
tell you, it must.
You need that card if you really want to trade shit in. For me, it works wonders with the games I have.
See,
maybe I have the magic touch, but I don't know. Best
Buy started doing the used game thing where I am. I don't know if they've started it nationally yet, but they were offering, if you traded in Black Ops, they gave you $30 in-store credit. And I went to GameStop the same afternoon, and I looked to see what they were offering for just in-store, for credit, and they were offering $10 to $12 at the time for just walking in off the street and saying, "Hey, how much will you give me for this?" I think it was $10 or $12 with packaging included. Or something.
I was gonna trade in my PS2, with games and stuff. They were just gonna give me like, $40, and that was when the time that was couple of years back, and then they're selling it for like $120. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, that's ludicrous.
I'm like, no, I'm just gonna give it to my friend that can enjoy my console.
Yeah.
No, well, the one that got me was my I wanted a different colored DS. That was it. I had a pink one.
Oh, that's nice.
This for my wife, but she never played it, and I was like, you know what? I want to be playing this around, but I don't want, you know what I mean. So I was like, all I wanted to do was trade the dang thing in
Real men
and get a different color.
DSs.
I did play it forever. I got tired of it. All right. And so I go and I call. Nobody has a DS Lite. It was around Christmas, and the only people that had it was GameStop. And so I call them and I'm like, so, I just want to trade in colors. How much could I get if I traded you the DS? How much would I need to pay on the DS? She's like, well, we've got an awesome special. It's actually really good you called. If you trade in a DS and you trade in 7 games, you will only have to pay $79.99 for your new DS.
Oh my gosh!
You know what I told the lady, and I'm gonna say it. I said "F you," and I got on the phone.
Oh my god!
I had to say it. I got to go bleep it out now, but I had to say it.
It was worth it. Darn it!
It felt good.
I feel bad for the lady though.
No,
She's just doing her job, Brad. Jeez.
That is unbelievable.
Oh man, maybe we'll have to do a separate session. But the weirdest people you met, like either met at a GameStop or, I have stories about the weird people you meet at like GameStops or late night WalMarts. But I don't know. Can we bring that up?
We need to save that one for our next podcast.
Yeah,
We need to just
that's what I thought. We'll save that.
We'll save that. Yeah, I know. I mean, used game. I bought my World at War for $60 after like a year and a half of its release date.
Mm-hmm.
I got it 2 days after its release.
It's crazy, or somewhere between $54.99 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still expensive.
Yeah, it's $35 right now. I know.
Well, see, are you talking about Modern Warfare 2?
No, I'm talking Call of Duty World at War. Modern Warfare 2 is at $40.
No, see, at my Walmart it's still $50 or $49.99.
It's like
Warfare 2?
Yeah, I saw it last night. I was like, what the heck?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's 40 around here.
It's around like $40-$50 here too for Modern Warfare 2. But if you trade in your Modern Warfare 2, they'll charge you like $15, $20.
Well, let's talk about the serial keys. Let's get back on the topic here about the serial keys being added. One thing, by the way, that is already being affected by this. We've talked about how certain games are coming out with it, but some of the things that I already saw that were somewhat affected by this. The original Rock Band, when that came out, they had an ability when Rock Band 2 came out to export all the songs from the first disc. And you had to pay a minor fee or whatever. But, the funny thing is even they admitted they kind of made a mistake. When they put out the first Rock Band, that disc was not serialized, okay? It was just a disc. So you buy Rock Band 2, and, of course, the interface changed. They updated everything. Nobody wanted to play Rock Band 1. When Rock Band 2 came out, it was a nice new interface, lots of new features, but everybody still wanted their songs. So they gave you the option to do a $5 export of the songs from Rock Band 1 over to 2. Well, guess what happened? And even Harmonix admitted this, okay? You could basically rent Rock Band 1, the disc. You don't have to own it. You rent it, you bring it home, you pay the $5 fee, and then the songs get exported off the disc into your Rock Band 2. You bring the disc back to the store, and you're done. And even then, what was even worse is you could just borrow the disc from a friend of yours. That just got to the point of where literally the Rock Band 1 disc now is in. I mean, nobody needs it or wants it. As long as one person in the world has one copy, that will suit all future reasons to ever have access to it.
God.
But Rock Band 2 came out, and of course this is already going back, a couple of years now for Rock Band 2. They serialized that disc. And obviously, you wanted to export the songs out to Rock Band 3, which I did. And the goofy thing is I at the time, I knew somebody who had Rock Band 3. They asked me to borrow my Rock Band 2 so they could export the songs. And I'm like, oh, no. You can't do that now, and that my code's already been used. And, of course, there was a lot of people that didn't realize what the situation was the second go-around. And sure enough, it was a train wreck on that. And then what makes things even worse is for that Rock Band game particularly, they put out some track packs. They had, like, the metal track pack, the country track pack, and these were disc-based add-on games. Lego Rock Band was like another one. They had a bunch of these, okay, and they were all serialized, but yet they still had them for rent. So you could throw them in, and you could play through the songs on that disc. But if you wanted to, if you wanted to play them or do anything or put them in your library or whatever, you still had to go buy it because you needed a personal serial code. And the only way to do that was actually buy the retail. You couldn't even buy a serial code through PSN or Xbox Live. So, we're already starting to see those kinds of effects in the game industry there, and I think it's good and bad. Like you said before, Brad, the developers, they need to make their money, but at the same time, it also seems like a money grab.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it overall.
Well, have they put serial codes for that you can buy online, like for Rock Band 2 or 3?
Nothing so far. But from what I understand, Dead Space 2, you've got a multiplayer code there, and from what I understand, that they're supposed to release that as an option. You can actually go buy it right now, I believe, in the game. You can go buy a multiplayer code if you go rent it or if you go buy it used.
Well, yeah, because like last night, speaking of the topic, I was buying Dead Space 2 used, and I went into the mom and pop store I was talking about, and I was sitting there thinking, oh no, I just remembered you have to have a code.
Yep.
Luckily, the dude pulls out. I take it up there to buy. It's a brand new copy of the game that he gives me, still in the freaking wrapper. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "This is good luck, man." But I get home and I put it in, and it really makes me scared, because I'm not going to be able to buy these games for cheap anymore for too long, because I pay about $45 for a game that's normally $60, but then I'm going to have to go right home and pay $15 just to get the online code. I might as well buy it new.
Yeah, even so.
See, there's one more thing I want to add before we move on here is I think there's a future in more or brand new key generators for these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
There's going to be a lot of fraud. There's going to be a lot of problems.
It's going to be easily hacked, though.
Well, I don't actually think so, because get this.
I don't know easily hacked, but I don't know.
Get this, at one point in the world of PC piracy, the key gens were very, very common, but these days you can't just create a keygen anymore. If the company is big enough that you're trying to steal the software from, they actually authorize each key in their own database. So when they create a key and it gets printed on the disk, that key actually, literally, that exact key goes into a database, and your key has to match up against the database. So you won't be able to do a keygen anymore.
Okay, then I do have a question. How my hacker buddies, I won't say anything about their names, but he got Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, World of Warcraft, and something else completely free. I don't think he's ever bought in a game in his life, to be honest.
No, but multiplayer?
Yeah, he gets online just fine.
This is PC, though, right?
Absolutely.
I believe I've heard of somebody.
He's like a hacker god, though, so I'll just put that out there.
I believe I've heard something out there to where they're either running, they're not running real ranked servers. There's like a whole community of people who are running dedicated hacked servers for the Call of Duty games, and you have to join a hacked server list.
Okay, I'll ask him next time I see him, because I can't tell you for sure if he's actually playing online competitive or hacked.
Yeah,
like you said.
I mean,
Do you know there's actually World of Warcraft, believe it or not, there is actually hacked servers for Warcraft. You would think that there was no way that anybody would ever do something like that.
I've heard of that, Anakin, yeah. But, my friend... My friend joins a free server on World of Warcraft, and I know it's a hacked server. Because they don't want to pay
Right. But, it's so stupid because anything goes. I mean, the game is broken because these guys go into these hacked servers and they just say, okay, give me the best of everything. And then, they go into PvP or something, and it's like, well, the game is broken, I mean, you've got a hacked character, yeah.
Why do you want that? It's kind of pointless. Exactly. I mean, I can understand, like, having one as a backup, like to say, okay, well, let's see how this weapon feels before we use it in the real game, maybe. It's like, okay, well, how does this work in PvP? You could go and try it out.
Right.
But, other than that, that's just really dumb.
I agree. But anyway, yeah, the keygen thing. I mean, I bet you anything when it comes to the world of consoles, the way these keygen, the way these keys are being created. I bet you anything they're going into a database, and if your key that you try to enter in has been created by a keygen, either A, you're going to get extremely lucky if you happen to create one of the 10 million keys that were generated. Or B, you're just going to be denied. It's going to say key not valid, regardless of whether it's actually a valid key, even though it's not going to match up against the database. So,
right. That also, how does the PSN cards and Microsoft points work too? I mean, how come that's not easily hackable?
I think it's the same situation. I think
same situation.
Yeah, I believe
because I think the money problem there is why it'd be so strict. Because you're gonna steal like 500, get key gen for like 500 PSN cards. Holy crap! Sony would flip shit.
Well, another weird thing is when those cards get swiped at the register, I think the code gets sent to Microsoft as a purchased card.
Yep, I work in retail. Yeah. That's how they activate the cards after you swipe them, and then
that's why you can't steal a card. You can't run into a Walgreens, and grab a bunch of gift cards.
Yeah, and it takes a while to activate it too. Like you have to wait at the register for it to be activated before you leave.
Yeah.
Oh, not at a Walmart. They just slide it and it's done.
Yeah, it depends on it actually depends.
Not from where I work though.
Yeah, it depends on the retailer. I've really seen it both ways. I've seen like some have to do all kinds of fancy stuff, and then others just swipe it and they're done. Well, let's move on to our other topic before we run out of time here. We've got another interesting topic here about DLC overall and what some of the developers are offering for DLC, the prices that they're offering for that same content. And what's you guys' overall feelings on the prices versus what they're offering, and whether some of the things that are being offered in DLC should have been offered in the original game? Whether you think developers are holding back content literally for DLC to be released later, and of course the very scandalous idea of having DLC, quote unquote, already on the disc when you purchase the game, and then you get a code later for the quote-unquote, again, DLC that is actually suddenly released on your game that you don't even have to download.
All right, well, I'm already pissed off. Straight out the door. Okay, so I've got Call of Duty on both platforms, and last night I had to pay $15 freaking for map packs again. But then I bought, like I said earlier, Dead Space 2, and I go in there to just see what downloadable content they have. And with the leftover money that I put on my account, I was able to not only buy suits, weapons, but I was able to buy a whole second story for like $12.
Right.
Now, okay, it just really it irritates the crap out of me when I know that these companies do it because they know that people are going to have to buy it to play with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they do, and it really upsets me. Now the quality is also that the maps are okay, but they're maps that they probably just made in the development of the game. Okay, and then they were like, all right, let's take 5 of these and just say we'll put these on download in about 2 months. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think the same way too. Like they've already planned future map packs and whatnot, and then
they're already made. And
all right. Oh man, I have such huge stories. If do you want to let me go here?
Go ahead. Yeah. Tell us.
Oh yeah, sure.
I got to sit up for this. All right.
I can see Reed at home. He's like, he's getting all into it. He's getting real close to his monitor.
It's like,
World at War. Map Pack 3 came out. Now, God knows if I had any influence on this or the internet had any influence on it. I got a video out about, I think it was 20 minutes after the release of Doris. First video up for Doris Easter egg, and I guessed on the date Easter egg they put in the game for when the next map pack would come out. It all made sense. They always release map packs on Thursdays and all this stuff, right? So and it doesn't come. This map pack 4, everybody was all up. It never came, right? Come to find out, Kino der Toten, the what was a complete disappointment for most hardcore zombie fans was in fact Map Pack 4. That was Map Pack 4, and it should have been released for World at War, but they held on to it for the next game, and they continued to do this. I don't know if they had the final zombie map made in this story we're watching, but it really is something to see how they keep hiding this. They keep, half, doing these maps. It's not working right. It's really, there's so many instances. I mean, it was $10. It was $10 for a map pack in World at War. The Modern Warfare 2 came out and Activision's like, you know what, let's bump it up $5. And then now Treyarch's like, well, if they got it bumped up $5 and Activision is telling us to bump it up $5, let's do it. And they keep pumping money out. I mean,
well, let me stop you for a minute. This has nothing to do with Treyarch nor Infinity Ward. This is all Activision. Yeah. It's all about the greed. That's what it is. It's all about the greed and
we know they
how
can
much
get
money
away with it. They can get away with it with strictly the Call of Duty franchise, because if you do look around, I mean, Fallout had a bunch of DLC released. There was a couple of other I forget what other game had it was just unbelievable amounts of DLC, and it was all extremely reasonable. $5 here, $5 there, and they gave you just insane amounts of game replayability in the new DLC. I think it was all very admirable the way they offered that stuff. Back in Burnout Paradise, when they released all of the new motorcycles and the new cars and a bunch of new maps and game modes, even I was like, they charged $5 for it or something, and I'm like, Jesus, you just added 30 hours to this game or more, that it's pretty damn worth it,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But
Little Big Planet 2, or just the Little Big Planet series in general, just shows you, what a cheap price it can do for you to add on. There's tons of games out there that are so fair when it comes to add-ons.
Well, yeah, but you take a game like Little Big Planet and you say, okay, you don't need the costumes, you don't need the the extra level editors and stuff, but you look at a game like Call of Duty and you're going to need the map packs. I jump onto to PS3. I bought the map packs for Xbox. I jump on there last night. Half of all of my friends play on there because I don't know why. Anyway,
awesome.
No,
it's awesome.
That's for a different day. You're wrong. But anyway,
I already had this argument.
You're wrong. So I have to pay it again just to play with my brother, to play with Zombie, to play with Delta. It's ridiculous. And people, they know that in order to keep playing, and the funny thing about it is that they even publicly humiliate you if you don't have the pack.
It's true. It is so true.
Yeah, the only thing they're missing is the big F-U, whatever your name is, does not have the map pack. And I brought that up today.
Yeah, because we were playing with someone today that doesn't have a map pack. There's a big red text on the bottom. It's like, blah, 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 so-and-so doesn't have...
Yeah, and it's
that's in every Call of Duty game for sure.
And it's like, hey, whoa, dude, go buy the map pack. It's literally they're trying to pressure you to do it. It's
absolutely.
Like you don't want to get pinged on in your multiplayer lobby. Well, go buy you the map packs, boy.
That's it. That's it. It's really true too, because even I've been guilty of it. In Modern Warfare 2, when the first map pack, when it came out, and there were so many people I was playing with, very very good friends of mine, who I would see the next day. They would join my lobby that night, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, you freaking loser! Get out of here! Go download the map pack. Get out of my lobby. This is ridiculous."
Hey, Anakin, you want to hear something? I refused to buy a single map pack for Modern Warfare 2 because I was so mad at that game. I've never bought anything from Infinity Ward besides that one game.
I never bought anything too.
Well, the pros did. And
well, I am level 5, so yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
I think I was Prestige 3. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's Prestige?
I know. What's Prestige? Who does that? Oh my gosh.
Well,
double XP weekend for
and that's the thing. I know a lot of people are probably going to harp on us for talking about COD, but that's really the only DLC I can think of that I'm mad at. Any of the other DLC is not that. It's not that essential.
Well, here's the thing. You're okay. $15. Let's bump it up one more, just to make it an even number here for what you get. All right. Now we're not going to include Ascension in this because Treyarch games have the ability to kind of make the DLC content a little bit more worthy by adding the zombie map. But all the DLC maps or the map packs prior to the Ascension map pack were all 4 maps. Okay. $16 would make each map $4. Okay.
Yeah.
Garbage.
$4 for a new map. Okay. This is not new weapons. This is not new game features or game modes or characters or anything. This is just a map. $4. Come on.
See, I want to say right now is that back in World at War, even when I got a map pack, all 3 map packs, I mean, there was about 1 map maybe I didn't like, but even the multiplayer maps were fun. Nightfire, I mean, all those different map packs that went in, I don't remember all the names. It's been a while off the top of my head, but I remember enjoying the multiplayer maps as much as the zombies.
Battery, what else?
Yeah, I'm Battery. There were so many.
I'm the black sheep there. I did not enjoy World at War as much as everybody else did. All my friends did too. I don't know why. I just didn't get into it.
See, I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not. Let me say anyway. I don't believe that the majority is we love World at War, because I hear the complete opposite. That MW Modern Warfare Original and Modern Warfare 2 is just loved upon because that's what you start. It's really whatever game you started with, you're gonna love. I'm pretty sure that's going to be it.
Right. Yeah, that's right to an extent. And I want to bring up something real quick before we close out the topic, because Anakin and I were talking about this the other day when we were on a call. But we were talking about the future of DLC, and we were talking about micro purchases or microtransactions that you can make in game. Now we were talking about, and I almost don't want to bring it up because I don't want them to hear it. And they go, "Hey, what the heck were we thinking?" But think about if you're in multiplayer and you have to pay maybe $2 or $3 for the good weapons, So your friend's like, "Hey, have you tried out the MPL or something?" And then they're like, "No, I haven't." What is your first reaction when you hear that from your friend when he's sitting there talking about how awesome a weapon is? You equip it, you try it.
Sure.
And now imagine if now to equip that weapon you had to go into your PlayStation store or your Xbox, and you had to put your credit card number in, go ahead, try it out, but pay us a little bit of money first. And we were talking about that's the way it looks like things are going when it comes to not just MMOs, but also, the first person shooter market.
How about imagine this? Okay, you buy a game, they give you the multiplayer, okay? They give you team deathmatch. You know what? I want to go play some domination. Oh, that'll be $2.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh shoot! I gotta go buy the domination game mode. Yeah, hang on, guys. Let me be right back. I gotta go unlock the domination mode for.
I just remember those arcades where you keep putting tokens in. Time runs out.
That's exactly what they want from us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do they have a DLC that's free?
No.
Just on top of my head.
Yeah.
Yes, there's definitely free DLC out there.
Oh, well, yeah, but not for COD.
But
not for
Call of
COD.
Duty. But there's been plenty of games that
Tap.
Burnout Paradise actually did have some free.
I mean,
DLC.
even Little Big Planet.
Yep.
I know WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, MLB The Show. I'm just thinking some of the games I've played. There's definitely.
I think Assassin's Creed 2 even had one that was free.
Yeah, I think Delta mentioned that too to me.
They had one that was free. I can't remember what it was, and I don't even know if I'm right. But yeah, I mean, there are some out there that is, but it's nothing big. You might get lucky if you get like a really crappy costume for a Little Big Planet or something like that. It's not like you're getting. It's literally a tool to drive people to want to buy. And you take PlayStation Home for instance. Yeah, you can get all kinds of free crap in there, but it's all crud. You're walking around with Gamer Girl who's got her freaking whatever suit on. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then she's like, yeah, let's go get you these free T-shirts or whatever. It's like, oh gosh. Okay, so now it makes me, somebody who would never spend money in home, want to just spend at least $2 to get something that looks halfway decent to walk around in.
I won't.
Not me neither.
I wouldn't. I really don't get the game.
It's just for fun.
I just refuse to buy any DLC that is non-gameplay oriented. Like, I mean, if it's just a suit or a helmet or or just something silly that doesn't add anything, I never.
Are you calling me an idiot for buying the hazard pack for Dead Space 2?
No, I didn't hear you, or you're breaking up.
But that actually does lend gameplay. So yeah, I wouldn't have done it otherwise. But like the suits actually give you ability. So
well, and the thing is, if it obviously does add to the game, that's one thing. But really, what I'm mostly referring to is the things like the avatar outfits on Xbox Live and stuff.
Yeah.
I just think that's bizarre because I'm like, okay, I don't spend that much time even looking at anybody's avatars or anything anyway. Why would I go spend money to dress out my avatar? I just think that really more than anything is kind of a cash grab. Now, I know it's huge. People love doing it. It's like playing dress up with Barbies or something. But for me, I'm out. I guess I'm a little over that. But I know a lot of people spent money on it. But I'm out on it. If it was free,
I'm out of it too.
If it was free or something, great, But
well, yeah, and all the costumes I have for my avatar, they're all they're all free, and like you can play ODST or you can get part of the Halo Waypoint, and you can get tons of free crap just for being a Halo fan.
Right.
And that's how I do it, and there's no reason to buy it. I mean, there really isn't. It's just a way.
Interface like Xbox interface themes or PSN interface themes. I mean, you're talking about like $3 or $4 just to put a background and change some sound effects when I move around the interface menu.
Something that should be free.
Exactly. I'm like, good Lord, I'm already promoting the game by equipping this. I mean, why are you making me pay for it?
Exactly. No, the ones I really don't get are the ones that are products, like Dr. Pepper. Like, who's going to pay $2 for a Dr. Pepper wallpaper?
That is just bizarre.
Yeah, it's bullcrap. I'm like, Cheetos, go to hell, dude. I don't know.
That just goes back to my argument from a couple of podcasts ago where I said, look, gang, a movie trailer is already an advertisement. Don't make me watch a commercial before a movie trailer.
Exactly. Same.
Oh my gosh.
Well, listen, let's
I think it's time for listener mail.
Indeed. Let's cover that. Let's cover our listener mail here real quick. We got a couple of things. Zombie, why don't you take a stab at talking about some of this? You've been keeping up with some of that.
All right. So one of them is from Dudley. Okay. And his question is,
hi, Dudley.
What about, well, his name is Christopher. So what about community interaction or question and answer?
Why'd you call him Dudley then? Anyway.
I think that's his YouTube name. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so community interaction.
Question and answer.
Question and answer. So we've actually been talking about this quite a bit. By quite a bit, I mean about 15 minutes before the show, and it didn't take us that long to come up with an answer, and that's that we would love to do it. So before you guys send any more questions about that, we're gonna straight up tell you that we will be doing it in the future. We're just going to try and figure out the best way to do it so we can talk to you guys. Am I right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think the idea is that we've thrown around some ideas. We're not going to commit to anything, but we may do something similar to a live stream idea with a live real-time chat. Where you guys, all the listeners for the podcast can kind of just chime in. We'll answer all of you in real time, still record the podcast. And, at some point in the future, you can either, we'll actually, so the audience hearing it after the fact could actually hear the question. We'll read your question out with your name. We'll give a brief answer from all of us talking about the topic. And then we'll move on to other people who have questions in the chat. And then that way we cover it all. And then for those people who either can't participate because of time zone problems or whatever else, we'll still post it, and obviously hopefully we'll get a lot of the same questions from various people answered all at the same time. So
exactly, yeah. So yeah, I mean that's where it's at. You guys have to understand something, that our first time is probably going to be a little bit. We've never done it before, so and not only that, you have to understand if your question didn't get answered, you can't get mad about it. Sometimes this is hard, and we're doing this for the first time. It's not like we've had any experience doing it.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Don't stop asking us questions. Right off the bat. You can always send us all your questions. We'll try to answer them.
And where can they send those questions to?
Podcasts down to scope at gmail.com.
Wait. What was that?
Podcast down to scope at gmail.com. I'm doing like a wink here.
Oh man.
You have to verbalize the wink. Are you kidding?
Wink.
There you go.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
All right, well, so we covered that. We got a couple of other user emails here to go over. Zombie?
Are there any more?
Well, a lot of people have been emailing about us playing with them, especially zombies. I've got a couple of listeners who wants to play with us.
They play zombies with us. Okay, well,
play in general with us, probably.
Right. That's another thing we've discussed is holding a night where we can do that. Again, we get to this point to where there's so many people wanting to join that it's kind of tough. So we might have to hit old Lanigan up and see if he can't get a live stream with all of us in it going maybe sometime.
It's gonna be hard though. There's only gonna be one spot available if you're playing zombies.
No. Yeah. Zombies for sure, but we could always get a ground war match going. Yeah, zombies, guys, understand something. If you're playing with all of us, or even just one, that leaves a very limited, spots available. Now, I can already see this question. So why don't you all four do a separate game? And then have
right, yeah.
I see that, but that's way too convoluted.
No, I don't think they want to play with me.
But you got why is that?
They want to play with Zombie Master Reed.
Indeed.
No, they'll probably get tired of me by the third match, because I've done zombie open lobbies before. By the third match, because that's already 9 hours in, 9 out of 10 times, I am just a bear. They're just like, oh, hey, Rad, what's going on? I'm like, all right, everybody.
See, Rad doesn't know how to hide it.
No, but you don't understand. Come on, 9 hours into it, and you're starting your next match. It's like, oh, boy, here we go. Guess who's turning on the electric barrier?
I do understand it, but you set yourself up.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, but in the future we can talk about some of the games. Obviously, like everybody says, zombies is pretty tough. There's
it's going to be
4
tough.
spots. But we do all play together on the PSN and the Xbox. If you guys have not visited our channels, now's a good time to mention. If you're watching this podcast somewhere other than one of our channels, let's just give a quick brief mention of each of us here. Brad, why don't you tell us about your channel real quick?
Well, yeah, my channel is dedicated to a gameplay journey, as I like to think of it, where I want to post as much of my own journey through the new games, through the old games that I love. I commentate over them, and I also do my fair share of Call of Duty multiplayer gameplays as well. And I encourage you to come over, check out my channel, check out all of our channels, and give us a sub. See what you think about it. That way, you can keep up with what we're doing in during the week.
And what's that channel name?
That channel name is Viridia Guru 22, and
wink.
And remember, guys, you can catch all of those descriptions and all the links down in the description box underneath the Down the Scope podcast for all.
Right.
Of us. So if you haven't subscribed to us and you want to keep up with us and where we're going to be playing, we can at some point here in the future as we start doing these live streams. You should be able to find out when we're going to be playing as a group, possibly on our channels in the future. So definitely make sure you're part of our channels.
I also want to point this out too. A lot of you guys see that we do a lot of collaboration work. So I have videos with Rad, I have videos with Zombie and Delta and things like that. And a lot of people get confused because they don't know what's going on in the video. If you subscribe to all of us, then you'll understand that we play together a lot, and you'll understand more of what those videos are about.
That's right.
As well.
Well, Rad Austin, let's tell everybody your YouTube name here and some of the things about your channel, just real quick, if anybody is new to you.
All right, real quick, my channel name is Rad Austins with an S, Rad Austin S27, and that was just a matter of flaw making my account, whatever. Mainly, it's I do zombie videos and playthroughs, not as professional as Brad's, but nonetheless they're playthroughs, and of course I do the occasional multiplayer gameplay and stuff like that. Just a mash-up of lots and lots of videos, but mainly zombies at the moment. But you never know; it changes over time.
So don't they make you confirm your account name before you submit it?
We've been over this. I made a Rad Austin account, and then the thing got screwed up.
I'm just
really
kidding.
bad.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Moving on, Miss Zombie Lady, tell us about your channel, your YouTube name, and what you're all about, so people can keep up with you.
Yeah, my YouTube name is actually youtube.com/gauge047.
Don't do that.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been posted anything on my channel yet. I have been through so much this couple of weeks, so I'm so sorry. Please be patient with me, but it's mostly it is COD. So it is COD based right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sprinkle it with anything, but it's mostly if you're curious, about a female gamer's perspective and things like that. That's my channel. So it's all about. So
right.
I try my best. I'm not the best player in the world, so don't judge me on that. I'm such a noob, but
so your channel name is Miss Zombie Lady.
Miss Zombie Lady, yeah.
All one word, yeah.
Yeah.
MISS Zombie ZOMBIE Lady LADY.
Wow, you said Zed.
She's Canadian.
I know, but even Canadians don't say Zed.
Oh, they don't?
No, not real Canadians.
I know they say sorry in a bait.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And, Anakin, how about you?
Yeah, that's me, everybody. Anakin, that's youtube.com/Anakin, and that's ANAKINNNN. And that is 4 N's total on the end there. Yeah, if you haven't actually seen my podcast at my channel, it's my channel's got a little bit of everything. It is certainly Call of Duty heavy. There's no doubt about it. I try to keep up with what people request of me, and that seems to be far more requested than anything else. But if you look deep into my history of videos, you'll see some very interesting. I've got a Connect video. I've got which is a real treat. I have a couple of IRL videos. I've run some minor contests, mostly just the prize was a shout out, if you will. I do a ton of community interaction on my channel. In fact, almost every game I've ever played and posted on my channel has been with people from my channel, subscribers and friends of mine on the channel that play with me either on the PC, the PS3, or the Xbox. So check out my channel if you get a chance. It's always fun to see and meet new people that show up and say hello. So let's finish up our podcast today. And do we have any other mail? Because one reason, by the way, I didn't want to just have us advertise our channels there for no reason. The idea is for the community interaction for the podcast. Will certainly the easiest way for you guys to figure out when we're going to be doing community interaction is to be part of our channels, and you'll probably hear us either talk about in certain videos, when we're going to be doing something for the podcast, or obviously in the podcast itself, or on our youtube.com/downthescope. YouTube channel. We'll also post possibly a very quick video there from time to time. Make sure you're subscribed over there, and you'll get an update. We may not do anything real fancy over there, but it could be just a quick 30-second video that just says, hey, this Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to do, live stream. Join us here at this location, So that may be the best way that we advertise a community interaction project at some point in the future. So you guys certainly head over there.
Yeah, exactly. And I also want to ask you guys a huge favor. Guys, tell your friends about the podcast. Tell even your parents, if you got gaming parents, tell them about us. If you enjoy watching us, get them into this. And we're really trying to spread our podcast around, and it's it's going really great. We get a lot of good feedback, and I know a personal story is my grandfather really enjoys the podcast. So if my grandpa can listen to it and enjoy it, I'm sure that there's tons more people out there that can. So spread the word.
Indeed.
Spread the word.
Spread the scope.
Down to
Oh, good Lord.
Why did you just say that?
Oh, jeez.
You just had to open it up to all of them, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, let's wrap this episode up of Down the Scope, the gaming podcast you cannot miss. This has been the episode 6. We always look forward to all of your emails and comments, and I hope you guys tune in again next Sunday for episode 7. So, if you guys don't have anything else to add, anybody?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
I just hear crickets. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and close out. Thanks again. This has been episode 6 of Down the Scope. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Down to spread.